All right, Coach, you know, just what do you think about your rough offensive night?
You know, I mean, shot 1 for 13 from 3, missed 13 free throws. It was bad. I mean, 21 turnovers. I just still can't figure out how we were even in the game, to be honest with you. Like, that's what I told our guys. Like, we just, seems like our offense has been a struggle. You know, early in the year, Old Dominion, St. Joe's, it looked bad. A lot of guys going one-on-one, 21 turnovers tonight. A lot of guys not moving the ball out one-on-one. And then when we, you know, we got to the free throw line, we talk about making more than they attempt, which we got tonight, but we missed 13 of them, and some were front ends and one-on-ones, I think, and just you can't leave that many points, even out of 13. If you hit 10 of those 13, or 6 of the 13, like that's the game. When you go 1 for 13 from 3, we need to hit 1 more 3 or 2 more 3. Even if you shoot bad from 3, not just, you can't shoot horrific 1 for 13. You make 3 or 4 out of 13. And problem is some of them were forced. We had some, you know, we got some guys that, young guys in the program, thought they'd figured out what a good shot was, and apparently tonight we're back to ground zero again, where they can't remember what a good shot is and what a contested one is, and make the one more pass and get your teammate a wide open look. It was bad on offense tonight. But I mean, I will say this, like our guys showed a lot of resolve. As bad as we were on offense, to be in the game, to where, you know, we get one stop at the end and we get a shot to tie it, to go to, and you know what, in hindsight, maybe I should have called a timeout. I thought Monte had been getting to the rim. You know, who knows what defense he comes out of the timeout with, so I thought I'd let it roll and see what Monte could get up. He didn't get a good shot up, so, you know, you second guess yourself on that, but that was, to be in the game as bad as we were on offense, I think it showed some resolve from those guys that were in the game at the end on the defensive end and getting stops and some defensive rebounds, because we weren't even great on defense for large stretches of the game either, I didn't think. So,
What do you think of the challenge of, and you saw it last year too, down there, defending Deion Wright? You know,
I mean, we didn't do a very good job, obviously. Like, he had 26. I mean, we couldn't find a matchup. You know, I kind of struggled because he goes on the perimeter and drives by. Same with Nick. I thought Rodell would be a little bit better with him. He struggled to keep in front. I thought we finally got Blake, who thought did a halfway decent job there late in the game when we got to stops. You know, maybe we should have found a better matchup for him early. We had worked on doubling him. It's hard to double him at 20 feet from the rim. You know, we had worked on post doubles, and he got the ball so deep on the post catches that it was too late to double on some of those catches. And then when he's driving it from 20 feet, it's not really the time you go double a guy. You just got to get tighter in the gaps and kind of try to pinch that thing out.
He's unorthodox. You don't really see a lot of
guys
play like that.
Got like the YMCA game a little bit. He's a little, you don't think he's going to blow by you, and then he's to the rim finishing a second later. So he's good though. I'm not going to be sad to see him leave for sure. I mean, he hurt us 2 years in a row now.
Rodell, just, you know, kind of like from your senior perspective, what, you know, the offense struggle today, what do you think was going on offensively?
I feel that we took some bad shots that we shouldn't have taken. I feel like we forced up some things also at the same time. So we just wasn't in our rhythm today.
Defending, what do you think of Wright is a tough player. He's, you know, does it and did it all last year in the Atlantic 10. What do you think about the challenge of trying to defend his sort of game around the rim?
He's a good player. I mean, he made some good passes. That's all I can say about him.
Nate, are you concerned at all when Jaron has a game like that, where he's not effective early and he wasn't really effective at all?
Yeah,
where your perimeter shooting is going to come from?
Yeah, I am a little bit, because he's supposed to be our best shooter. Yeah, you know what, part of it's probably on us with the offense. We got to give him more than 3 looks, but at the same time, he's got to figure out a way to get something generated, get to the free throw line, get something early. I mean, he only shot 1 3 tonight, so we got to do a better job finding him, because he shoots it way too good to, you know, to not score in a game where he plays 24 minutes. So yeah, that's probably more on us than it is on him, I think, and I got to do a better job getting him some shots early, maybe run some plays for him, get him going early. Then, if you can get him to hit a few early, they close out harder, and then he can blow by. He can make some plays getting in the lane, but he's a better shooter than he is a playmaker in the lane. But when they got to close out hard, if he hits some early, I think he can make plays. So we got to look at that. But yeah, Willie had been shooting it all right. He was 0 for 4 from 3 tonight too. Like we can't have both those guys not hit a 3. Like Blake's the only guy to hit a 3 tonight. So you talk about CJ had been shooting it well. Willie had been shooting it well. Skeet's been a great shooter his whole career. Monte's shooting the ball better this year. All 4 of those guys go 0 for on the night from 3. Like it's hard to win a game. And I talked to the guys about that too. Some of them got to get in a little bit more on their own, put shots up. Some of them got to take better shots. I thought we forced some bad 3s instead of make the one more, or drive and get your teammate an open one. But yeah, like we definitely have to get Skeet rolling a little bit better here.
Seemed like you attacked the rim pretty good in the first half. Do you think in the second half, it's like if you're not hitting any shots, you just can't do that all game.
Yeah, you know what? They start to load up on you. Yeah, the gaps get a lot tighter. They're not letting you get to the rim. They're going to protect the bigs. We at some point you got to make some perimeter shots against good teams, and we got to hit them. I do think, we don't have a real good inside presence either. There's nobody like the last 2 years who had a big guy in there you can just dump the ball into, and it's either a bucket or a foul. And we don't have that right now, so they don't really have to collapse on any interior offensive game. So we know that's a little bit of a struggle. We just got to generate it other ways, and we had been doing that a little bit better some of these previous games, but tonight we didn't do a very good job of it.
19 of 32 from the line, more or less just going back to the basics, just working on that for the next couple of weeks.
You know what, it's like one of those deals, you don't want to put it in that we talk about it nonstop and give them a mental block on it. But yeah, you get in and shoot some free throws. We'll shoot a few more in practice. We do shoot a decent amount. We have some pressure free throws and stuff. I just think, to me, that's more like you come into the game mentally really zoned in, and when you're mentally focused in the game, you're gonna make free throws because you turn yourself into a machine at the free throw line. It's the same thing every time. And when guys aren't ready to play, then this is what you get with 13 missed free throws. And I thought we had too many guys not ready to play tonight, and it ended up costing us at the line and other spots too.
Coach, Lamonte, offensively, do you think that, shots weren't falling? Do you think you or other guys started pressing a little bit on offense, trying to force the issue, or how did you think the game was unfolding on offense for you?
I feel like we were kind of rushed at the same time. The shots weren't falling, so we tried to create more towards the basket. So.
You got, obviously you attack the rim a lot. Pull-up jumper. Do you think, are you gonna incorporate, or do you think the opportunity is there to do that?
Right. I feel like they're close enough where I can go to the basket, but pull-ups is an option sometimes.
Coach, like you mentioned earlier about some of the guys not being mentally prepared, do you think that there was a sign of fatigue early on, the slow start in the first half? Do you think there was a sign of fatigue or no?
I think we didn't go that hard yesterday. We gave Sunday off. We went fairly hard Monday. And then I don't think it's fatigue as much as it is I don't know. We got a lot of new guys in the program. We got some young guys, and they're not ready to play. Like they got to get mentally, like we got to get some better leadership from some guys, I think. And we talked about it in the locker room, like getting the rest of the team ready to play. Because I don't feel like we were ready to play tonight out of the gate. I do think we had guys, both these guys here, like we sat down and got stops late in the game. Like we figured out, like if you play defense, you're going to be in any game, and I think we are learning that. But you can't just give away offensive possessions as much as we did tonight and expect to win against good opponents like St. Bonaventure.
Nate, you have one of the hardest road trips possibly in your tenure here at Buffalo coming up, with Duke and Iowa State coming up. After a game like this, how do you get the team focused again?
Look, we told them what we thought about the game, and then our last thing we talked about is that the good thing, and Coach Marshall talked about it. She played 15 years in the NBA, so we had plenty of experience. Like, good thing about basketball is you don't have a week to sit there and dwell on your loss. Like, we got 2 days. We practice tomorrow, practice Friday. We get out, we play again. So, you know what? We're going to come in tomorrow. We'll address. We got to get better every game. We did get better today in a lot of offensive stuff. We were going to have to get better. And you know what? Duke like Kentucky last year, like Wisconsin, like, we might play really well and, you know, still not come out ahead on the scoreboard, but we have to play well. We gotta play a lot better. The ball's gotta move. You know, they got size inside. I mean, they're really good, obviously. And yeah, it's tough two-game road stretch here, like, but we gotta get better. I hope at the end of the next 2 games, we need to be better than we were tonight for sure, and that's what we just gotta get improvements, what we're gonna concentrate on.
Nate,